I'm Betsy.
Hi, Brenda.
How are you?
I'm doing awesome.
So today's a really exciting day.
It is so
Don't you think? I
exciting.
can't
I
believe
feel
it.
like my face hurts a little bit
I
from
know.
smiling.
I know. Today is our first ever guest.
First ever.
And it's fitting. You all find out why it's so fitting to have this special guest here with us today. I can't wait. So without further ado, Betsy,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Our first guest who came here with a lot of excitement and eagerness, I will introduce you all to the one, the only, Meemaw. We decided that for our first guest, it would be perfect to have Meemaw since we quote her every single episode. So, Meemaw, are you excited to be with us today?
Oh, yes, I am really excited. And then I can find all these secrets out about what I
See?
didn't do right or wrong. Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. So we thought that we would have Meemaw join us, not only because we've taken your advice for all of these years, because you're definitely an amazing role model as a mom, but also because you too had to juggle working and raising kids for many years and had lots of fun learning experiences as we did growing up and
Yeah.
trying to be in a career and also raise kids. And so we thought we would just have you share a little bit of your expertise on how it was done.
And we're
So-
still looking for expertise on how to get through all of this. So we always look to you for
Yeah.
these kinds of things. So how did you do it?
How'd you juggle it?
The thing is that you have to get through it no matter what. So you might as well have fun while you're doing it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget that. So that's really good to put out there because you're so stressed in the moment. How am I going to do it all? But then time goes by and you forget that you really just need to take it all in and have fun. You're right.
And I had a job, but I was lucky. I had a teaching career and I didn't work in the summer. So I could be home
Yeah.
with my kids.
So you couldn't even relate to that entire episode about how we had to juggle it over the summer
Oh, yeah.
No.
When the kids come home for the
Yeah.
summer and we're
or Christmas
working.
break or half
Yeah.
days, any of that. You were like, yeah, not my problem. I had it all figured out. I remember you saying to me all the time growing up, and even we've said this to our kids too, my kids, you should be a teacher because then you'll have the same time off as the kids.
And you're at school. And if you're lucky, and I got to teach at the school that they went to.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And so they went with me in the morning
Yeah, you didn't have to drive us anywhere.
and hid in my room until the bell rang and went where they needed to go. And then when school was out, sometimes they went home on the bus or went to sitters, but not for very long.
Yeah, it was a pretty good deal. I also started school when I was like 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my mom said, I don't want her to be away from me anymore. I want her to start school. Maybe not 2.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
I was,
really.
I was
You
young.
are.
I was young when I went to school, and that was part of it too, right? Because
Well, you
were
went
there.
preschool. Both of you went to preschool. And really, we had to take turns being there. So sometimes I would get a day off and then I would go take my turn. And that was fun because I could be with you. It was only for a half a day. But then sometime I had to find someone that would take
Take
my
you.
place.
Because it was a co-op preschool where you all had to teach. I've
Yes.
heard of that. I think there's a couple around still, but not many.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
But it was hard leaving you. I didn't like doing that. And you only went to preschool, I think it was 2 or 3 days a week, and it wasn't all day, it was just a half day. You had to find a sitter then for the rest of the day. I didn't like that,
No.
but I had good sitters.
Yeah.
So they had kids and it all worked out.
And
Yeah.
I also had my mom for 2nd grade.
Oh, you did.
Isn't that crazy?
wow.
Like not a lot
How
of
did
people
that
can
go?
say that.
Challenging for either of you, or did you just love it?
It really worked out great because we divided into groups, and their group that she was in led the way.
Okay.
So that worked
Well, I'd
out
been in
great.
that classroom since I was a wee little one, so I did know how to
Right.
navigate the classroom. But yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
it
and
was
that's a
awesome.
good age too, right? To
Yeah.
be in the same room that
Yeah.
your mom is teaching. And
Yeah.
if you're in 5th or 6th grade or 7th, maybe
Right.
it's the
It's
same,
a
right?
little
Oh,
bit.
right. That would
Yeah.
be different.
No, I don't
Yeah.
want
They were good kids.
Yeah.
That's good. A
Yeah.
peace of mind for you to have them nearby. We would
Yeah.
drop them off at school, go on to work, and just hope everything was going
Right.
Yeah.
Not know the inside scoop.
Yes.
Whereas mom knew the inside scoop. Yeah.
It was wonderful for me.
Were the summers a transition at all?
I think we look forward to summer. I know one summer, both of the kids got chicken pox 2
Oh,
days
I
after we
remember
got out
that.
of school.
No.
I
And
remember
so-
playing Merlin with oven mitts on because I had it everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah,
I remember that. I
Yeah.
totally forgot until just
that was terrible. And I think my son had 2 spots, but I could
That's
be
about
home
the
with
worst.
them. And then we had friends, my other teacher friends that had kids. We did things together.
Oh,
And we
that's
lived on a
fun.
lake.
It's
So
We
you
had
really
fun.
look forward to that. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was nice. It
We
really
had
worked
this-
out great.
crazy awesome boat on the lake. We always made sure to take a paddle out with us.
Oh, are you being sarcastic?
100%.
Okay.
We never knew if we'd make it back,
Oh.
but it was fun. We didn't care. We could paddle across the lake. It would break down. It didn't matter. Everybody knew if they saw our boat in the middle of the lake and it wasn't going anywhere, probably we needed a tow
We
in.
needed a little help.
Yeah. Yeah, that was all right.
Okay.
It was good. It was fun.
We had a boat that we were going to buy before that boat, but you had to have braces. And so your dad always said,
The boat was
Was
in
the
my mouth.
braces-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
the sacrifices you made.
Exactly. I was
Uh,
just going to say, yes,
yeah.
there are lots of things I'd like to have too, but
Choices,
right
yeah.
now.
But it really didn't matter if you made the best of it. I do remember one time when the kids were little, evidently the day didn't go real good for them because it was a summer day. And all of a sudden they came out of their bedrooms with suitcases
Oh,
and they were running away.
oh my goodness.
And they went down to the end of the property. There was a bush, and they sat down there. I don't remember if I gave them food to take with them. I don't even remember what I did that made them mad, but they did come home.
We sat, I remember sitting and it was like a group of 3 or 4 trees all together. And my brother and I just sat in the middle of these trees with a little picnic.
Wow.
Probably that my mom made us.
Video games that day or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it was so ridiculous. We usually had fun getting upset about funny things.
They probably wanted me to take them somewhere. and I
Probably,
didn't
or have a
want
friend
to do
over or
it.
something. And we decided that we were going to rebel and pack our
Go down to
suitcases
the end of the
and make a
driveway.
big dramatic
Yeah.
move. We didn't even leave the property. We knew we'd get in trouble if we crossed the street.
Love it.
Another thing, when you two were little, your dad wasn't fond of animals in the house. And you went with him to the hardware. You were maybe 5.
Clearly not old enough to make decisions.
No. So they went to the hardware, and here they come back, and they have this little black kitty.
Oh.
Dad couldn't say no. We had to take this kitty to the vet because it had a bump on its back.
I remember it had some.
And it turned out to be a fly had laid an egg. And so there was a worm in there. Yeah. So that's
So the hardware was probably
hardware.
like, here, take this
Yeah.
one. It's
Yeah.
amazing. A
This is
great
the
find.
best one. This is
That's funny.
oh.
My mom used to always say when animals are ready to go, they disappear. And I never really knew if that meant they got a ride so somewhere to
They went to the
disappear.
farm.
They went to the farm or what happened. I just knew that when I came home, if the animal was gone, it was gone.
It was gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was okay with being spared all of that. Brenda, I was an animal crazy. Mom was a teacher. Her classroom was an exhibit for animals.
Yeah.
We had hamsters, goldfish, guinea pigs,
So wow.
birds, you name it, we had it growing up. And when people wouldn't sometimes the other students' parents would take them home on breaks, summer or whatever, to keep them until the next school year round because she had them all in her classroom. If not, they were in our house. I was cleaning cages every weekend. We had animals and they all had babies. We had guinea pigs that had babies.
I had students that needed a baby, so you had to
help them out.
We had one litter of guinea pigs that had 8 babies and they all died. I don't know what happened there.
I don't either.
Yeah.
That was a sad time.
I bet.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I loved animals. And so
Yeah.
they had to really think about it if they were going to get one more because I was bad that way. So Brenda, you and I talked a little bit about one of our episodes, how we're always ahead of schedule.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Like moms, I don't remember hearing
How we're
about
always on
that
time
episode.
for everything.
Yeah, we're on time
never
for
late.
everything. We're never late.
If you could all see the look on her face. She knows this all too well.
Growing up, I always would struggle to be ready on time. I was born with it.
Okay.
And so I believe that probably I caused us to be late a few times to things growing up. And my mom was very patient with me.
Most times.
Get in the car. So there was this
No.
one time, I don't know where we were going.
We were going to church.
Oh, she even remembers
Yeah.
before you say
Yeah.
anything.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that you're going to church.
And my brother and I probably weren't super excited to go. And I'm late anyway for everything. I'm sure I can do 5 more things before I get out the door. And so you must have opened the back door of the car.
Probably so you would hurry up and get in.
Yeah.
And I was frustrated. And here we are going to church. We're supposed to be thinking about God. And I'm screaming at them to get in the car. And they jump in the car. And the door I opened was wide open. And I backed out of the garage. And I think that door all the way around.
And my brother and I didn't say a word. What'd you do?
So did you go to church?
Yes, we did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got out.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bent that door back.
Yeah.
What?
She was a little
I-
bit like the Hulk at
We
that
are
point.
going.
We bent it all the way back and shut it. And we went to church and we all walked in with smiles.
A smile on your face.
Yes,
The
that-
you were excited to be
That
with us.
wasn't my best day.
We all
We
have
all have
those.
those.
We also have an issue with we laugh in inappropriate places. If there's situations that are a little bit stressful, something I inherited from my mom is to just smile and laugh. And sometimes she'll work your way through it. We could be in church multiple times. People used to say to us, "What is so funny?" I think they said sheep herders once instead of shepherds. And I thought it was hilarious. And then I start laughing and you're in a place where you're not supposed to laugh. You have to be quiet. And so my body's shaking in the pew.
And the
And-
more you know you're not supposed to, the harder you want to laugh.
It's
and you just
terrible.
can't help it. I
It's
know.
terrible. Yes.
Sometimes when I sing in church, I don't carry the best tune, and that causes laughter.
Oh,
She carries a great tune until she doesn't. And then it's
people
like a
around her,
squeak.
like her family are,
Yeah.
are trying not to.
Exactly. We almost got in an accident once too. We were driving to school. We hit a patch of ice and we spun and spun
Oh,
and
scary.
very scary. You normally would be scared at
Mhm.
the end of this.
We
We
were on a
stopped-
hill, and when we stopped, we were facing the,
Gully
yes.
Oh my goodness.
with trees and everything. And we stopped right on the edge.
Okay.
I don't know what stopped us. And the only thing that mom and I could do at that point was
Relax.
break out in laughter. Yeah. My brother didn't think that was funny.
One
at
of my
all.
daughters, that happens to her sometimes. I've actually heard it's a saying, like that's how
Oh,
some
really?
people
Deal with stress.
stress situations.
Nice.
I believe
It's
that.
not
Yeah.
on purpose. It
Yeah.
just is like she'll
Your
say to
coping
me,
mechanism.
"Mom, I feel like I need to smile or laugh, but I'm really sad." It's just I don't know how to stop that. I don't even know. There's got to be a name for it, but I have heard that happens to people.
Okay, so
in
we're
stressful
normal. See, Mom?
situations. It's a condition. Yes,
condition.
a condition.
Oh, that's awesome. So another episode that Brenda and I talked about is the "Oh, you're fine" episode, right? When the kids have something happen and you're like, "Ah, you're fine." And we talked about how we've sent our kids to school to just have them throw up and hit multiple people. I think one of my kids ruined the reading story carpet. Said she wasn't fine and I said she was. And Yep. Life lessons.
Yeah, my daughter was at dance, the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't feel well. And, oh, you'll be fine. And
Yeah.
then I get a call that she threw up all over the bathroom.
So I feel like maybe I inherited that as well. I don't know, Mom. Do you think maybe I inherited
Did you
the,
ever
oh, you're
say-
fine from you?
You could have, yes. I do remember a time when we went roller skating. And we all roller skated,
fun.
and it was fun. But her dad and I were a little bit tired and wanted to sit down and rest. And Betsy didn't really want us to. And so I'm saying, you're good, good going. And they're going around the skating rink, and she comes in off of the floor, hits the carpet, and
There were 2 exits. They were in one exit, and in the middle of it is a food court, and there were walls on the other side, half walls. So all they could see as I came off the other side was, oh, there she's going fast. And then she disappeared because I biffed it. I went, so
Down,
they
so
didn't
they
actually
couldn't
see me
see you.
fall. They just saw me.
but she
Go down.
disappeared. And I said, she'll be fine. We'll get here. She can walk over to us.
Walk. I'm on roller skates. I just
Yeah.
want that to be clear. But
Just
yeah.
come on over. And she gets up, and we're looking at her. We're still sitting there on the chair, and I looked at her arm, and it was hanging down.
As I'm skating through the food court slippery surface,
To get
I
to
can
her
remember this
arm.
day being teary-eyed, holding my arm up and
Doesn't-
looking at them like, what? You're
Flapping
not
around.
coming to me.
She had a broken arm. We
It
had
was-
to leave.
We did.
You would say, though, for the most part, she's fine most of the time.
Most of the time,
That's what I
fine.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one in
The one
100
time.
times.
Yeah.
that
I
just-
felt bad about that.
I felt bad when I sent mine too.
Same.
So
I felt
she-
bad. It happens. So, Mom, something that you told me as you saw me go through raising kids and trying to work and juggle it all, and we've talked a lot about how hard it is, and you were on the teaching side. I know you said to me once, I wish I could go back because you were a teacher, so you knew all the deadlines, the due dates, you knew when everything had to be turned in, you knew all of the paperwork that had to get done, you just understood it all. As a working mom, you have all your work obligations, and then you have all of this stuff that comes at you from school. You turn in this paper, don't forget to do this, turn in this. And I know you said to me once, now that I see you, me, go through all of that and trying to juggle all these worlds, I wish I could go back and be a teacher for a little bit and be a little bit more understanding to all of the parents that aren't teaching how hard it is to keep all this crap straight.
Do you have other jobs and other kids as parents? Yeah. I don't think as teachers sometimes we realize how confusing it can be,
It's hard to keep up.
It is very
and getting the deadline
yes.
so that
Yeah.
you meet them the way you should. And yeah.
It's a lot, and the emails and the communications. It's gotten more organized throughout the years as they come out with different systems that help you to organize the
I
deadlines.
agree.
But then it also tips to a little bit helicopter too, right? Like now I can see every single grade that my kids have. I
Exactly.
can see if they're missing assignments. And a lot of times I talk to them and I'm like, hey, I got this notification that you're missing an assignment. They're like, it's not missing.
I think the same thing that it's a 0 right now, but it's because it hasn't been put in
Yeah.
yet. But I turned it in. I know
Yes.
when we were going to school, our parents would get a report card at the end of
Right.
the semester,
And they
that
had
was
no
it.
idea.
Didn't
Right.
see. And
They
up
also
until then
didn't know where we were, had no way to communicate with
could
us.
not track us.
Yeah, at all.
536,
How
right?
do it? How did you not have anxiety all the time? Did you just have to say out of sight, out of mind?
I hated that part of it.
Yeah, especially when I was driving. I hit a
Oh.
deer.
Oh, that
Like
was terrible.
when I first got my car, I hit a deer.
We had no phones.
I had no way to call anybody. I had a group of friends with me, luckily, so
Okay.
it wasn't me by myself. But I got home late. I was driving to a basketball game. I hit this deer. A few other high school friends. He knew where we were to be able to say later for a police report. I didn't even know what road we were on. I wasn't paying attention at all. So he helped huge with that. But yeah, it was,
I know. I can't imagine.
I had to get home and say, hey, I hit a deer. Oh,
And you're probably sitting there worried because you don't know where she is.
She was a little later, and it was the first time that we let you
go to the game by
take
myself.
any and take friends with
Ah,
her.
Okay.
But I was so glad that she had friends
Mhm.
with her. And then when she walked in and she was crying, I'm thinking the very worst.
I
And
bet.
she says she hit a deer. And I'm like, oh, phew, it was only a deer.
Yeah. You're right, because you
Yeah.
would have no idea.
No
what's
idea. We
going on
couldn't
during that
communicate.
time.
So one of the things that Brenda and I have been talking about also that we're moving into from a phase of life that you've been through is transitioning into being empty nesters.
I instantly feel my eyes well up. As soon as you said that, like you don't really think about it, but it's happening for me this
It
year,
is.
and I
It
don't know
is.
what to do with myself. So
Yeah.
I want to hear about yours.
Yeah.
I do remember when my son was going to leave and then I was going to be an empty nester. And I could cry right now
Mhm.
thinking about it. All I wanted to do was grab a hold of his leg and not let him leave. But you want for your kid to
Go and
be
do all-
successful, and so you
Absolutely, yeah.
just fill your time with other things. You really have time to go to your job then without worrying about 10 other things that you're supposed to be doing when you get home.
That's true.
So you have time to do that. And then I've always been pretty active with things that are going on either in the church or just groups that I do.
Yeah, like pickleball.
Oh,
Mom picked up
I'd like
pickleball.
to
She's been a
take
pickleball
pickleball,
champion.
Yeah.
You're a pickleball champion?
Well,
That's awesome.
in my neighborhood.
I don't
and
even know how to play, so you'll have to teach me how.
I would love to do that, but I like to do it for fun.
Okay.
This championship was a fun thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's even more fun
That's
when
fun.
you keep winning too, right? So-
Yes, if you win now and then. And if you go to gyms, they have Zumba. I line dance.
Okay.
I like to line dance, and I've done that for years and years. I
Yeah.
make myself be around people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really good advice, because when I
Yeah.
get home from work, I would just like to stay home and not see anyone sometimes, because it just I'm
Because you're
tired,
And you're
so
tired,
exhausted from
and
it.
you know.
But I also think that's because, like Mom said, you've had 10 different things you had to
Yes.
think of with the kids for so long that you don't even know what a
Right.
work day is with only worrying about work. Not that when you're a mom
Yeah, you're always in.
forever, even today,
Mhm.
Mom, you worry about your 2 kids that are close to retirement.
Yes, I do.
Like
Yeah,
it doesn't
no
matter.
doubt we will
Yeah.
worry forever.
You won't stop. What is the saying that I've heard? You're only as happy as your saddest child. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying.
think
As a good
that's
friend
so
of mine,
true.
Beth Smith, that I used to work with, her mom gave her that message, and it stuck with me for all this time because it's something that's
You
so
take
true.
on
You do.
everything that they do.
All the
But there's a
emotions.
lot of kids' things to go to, too. Grandkids
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
your kids, Brenda. I like that. I like to be a part of all of that.
I'm excited for those kinds of things as well. Right now, I'm helping my youngest, who's going to college in the fall. There's all kinds of emails coming through from her college, all the things that we have to have set up and we have to plan for, and getting dorm room things and making sure she's taking all her tests, all of this
Yeah.
stuff. So all that's still going on. But once she's moved in and settled and is having a great time, then I'm like, okay, what am I going to do then? I might be over here a lot more.
Yeah.
Or I love them coming home and having those discussions about what they were doing that day and what they have going on.
It's a similar transition, much less from how hard it was. But when you go from driving them to when they get their license and you aren't driving them all the
Yes.
time, you have so much good conversation in the car with them when you're driving them to all the different activities that they have. Your freedom's great because you no longer have to drive them anywhere, but
Right. But
then you
there's
just don't
that.
have all of those different conversations.
Yeah.
It's a big shift. I
It really is.
volunteered frequently. My girls took the volunteering much better than my son. He loved his car. He loved his time. He's
Yeah.
like, no, Mom, I want to drive.
Yeah.
So I'd say, fine, you drive.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride along. Yeah.
Well,
tough.
my oldest just moved across the country
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So it feels like they're both leaving at the same time. My
Right.
oldest was back and forth, but it always felt like she was coming back to home base maybe in the summer.
And you didn't know where she was going to be for
No,
her
and
next
now-
phase, so you held out hope.
Now I know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
this summer was really the last time she's going to live here. It feels like it's all coming at me at one time. And so
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have a good cry about all of that.
Oh, more than one.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Or
I
you
know.
just, like Meemaw said, you have to. You figure out ways
You
because
do,
you
yeah.
have to.
She does know that I will be visiting her along with Betsy at school.
100%.
She did say she loves me being around, but I don't need to come all the time.
That's why we tailgate, Brenda, because it's the cool way to engage with them, but not
Yes.
necessarily have to always.
I said, you don't even have to come to the tailgate.
Yeah, that's why I tell them
I'm
too.
gonna go have fun myself.
Right,
but you
exactly.
don't have to come and visit.
And I'm going to be within the vicinity that if you
Yes.
need anything, I'm
Exactly.
right there. And so we have fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm so afraid of it that I've decided that I'm going to go back to work.
Very helpful.
No, it's not because I'm
No.
afraid of it. I'm excited. In a couple weeks, taking a new job. I'm not going to share any more details than that, but I'm super excited. It's right fit.
That's
I
really
think it's
cool.
going to be a really cool opportunity, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with some great people, and it'll be good.
A lot of times too, though, when you're not looking for something and you have this opportunity, that means it's the right fit, it's the
Totally
right thing for
agree.
you. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited
yeah.
to see where this
Yeah,
goes.
I too.
That'll be awesome.
And I think I heard at the beginning of what you said, Mom, what you enjoy about being an empty nester is doing things with the grandkids. So plug to children.
Yeah.
I have no grandkids. Meemaw says it's time.
Oh,
So what do you think, Meemaw? Any other fun stories from our growing
tell
up
us
that
more
you...
about Betsy. then.
Yeah.
About
Sorry.
Betsy? Yeah, I can tell you when she was just a baby and we lived in a house that had steps went up into a master bedroom and it had a balcony with railing around.
Yeah.
And I put gates up there so that she couldn't fall down the step. I thought everything was secure. I left her up there for a few minutes and I came running down the steps to get something and I looked up and here was her little butt hanging over the balcony
Oh, my
underneath,
goodness.
which
What'd you do? Did you run up and were you like, do I stay down or do I go up?
I remember panicky. Do I stay down and catch her when she falls? Or I think I went up the step and got her out.
Oh my goodness, Betsy.
course.
Troublemaker.
So
Yeah.
we're lucky she's here today. So,
All the crazy things that I did.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I was talking about summer and things we did. My son turned 16 and he, of course, wanted to get a driver's license. And one thing that we did on birthdays, we went to motels that had pools, and that was a fun thing to do. He was going to turn 16, and we were going to the motel with the swimming pool for a couple of days. And he did not want to go because it must have been a weekday when he would have turned 16. Anyway, this is what mothers do. We went to Saginaw near us, and we had to find a Secretary of State that we could go to during this little mini vacation so that we could get his.
So he could get his license
driver's
while you were on.
license.
That's what we do.
Yes, it
That-
We
is.
figure out a
You
way
do,
to
yeah.
do it all. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can make this all happen. So I get that from you. Or is
I
that just
guess,
part of being a
but-
mom? I
Yeah,
think it's
I
just
think
part of
so
being
too,
a mom.
yeah.
We'll figure out a way to make it all happen.
I
We
want to
did.
say while we have our special guest here that we didn't meet until after college. We were adults. And the more we've gotten to know everyone, you've just made us all feel like family. So thank you for that. And
I love it. I feel like you're my family.
well, good. Thank you. We feel the same way. So you're our Meemaw too.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's Meemaw to a lot of
I
people.
like being a Meemaw.
Yeah. To all of our podcast listeners there too. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So it's that time. This is
went by
flown.
fast.
It did
Yeah.
go by fast. And it wasn't super painful, was it?
No, it was.
We thought it would just be fitting to have Meemaw close with a saying that she's given us throughout the years. What brought on this thought that you had so many years ago?
I can remember sitting at a kitchen table and I had gone through some rough times and I knew that I had to go out and mow the lawn. and I was thinking about all the things that I had to do. And I thought, I can't do it. I just cannot. I can't do it. And then I just said to myself, when times get tough, I need to focus on lifting that coffee cup and drinking one sip at a time.
That's awesome.
That
Well,
is
thank you for
awesome.
sharing that with us, because I know years later when I had some tough times, it was great advice, and I've shared it with many and know
Share it
so,
with all of our
yeah.
listeners, and
Yeah.
I still think about it too on days when I'm having a rough day. So
Yeah.
thank you.
That's all. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for being our first. It's been awesome. Bye, everybody.